Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers, and in today's video I'll be talking about our 1-1 draw against Aston Villa. But before I get into that, you know the drill. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications, and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Or you may be notified or you may not be notified. It depends whether Google can get their act together, because a lot of my subscribers are telling me that they're not getting notified whenever I make a new video, so they're searching for the videos that I make. So I'm hoping that you'll be notified when we make a new video. I'm on to Google or YouTube about that, so hopefully they'll sort it out soon.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So guys, 1-1 yesterday. Better performance than Arsenal, but it couldn't get any worse after that horror show against Arsenal. Lots of improvement in the performance. The result wasn't the one we expected or wanted, and if anything, that puts a bit more pressure on Frank Lampard, because we're in the results business at the end of the day, and we've only picked up 4 points out of a possible 9 over the Christmas, and that's on the back of back-to-back defeats prior to that. So not great. 1 win in 4 or 5, and the fan base are getting twitchy. It's a lot of these fans or so-called supporters who have been willing Frank Lampard to fail just so that they can say, "I told you so." And there's some people who are not Chelsea fans, and here's evidence of that. Yesterday, there was news coming out that Lampard has got 2 games to save his job, and if he doesn't get positive results in his next 2 games, then Tuchel is waiting in the wings. And someone tweeted, "Oh, let's hope he loses this game and the next game." Are you for real? Willing Chelsea to lose a match so they can change their manager? That is, I don't want those kind of flaky supporters in the club. They're not for me. They're not ready for Chelsea. They're not ready for transition. They were ready, strangely enough. A lot of them were ready when Sarri was manager, and they were making up all sorts of excuses when results started to go a bit pear-shaped and say trust the process, but not willing to give Frank Lampard that same sort of time. It's just ridiculous for me. As much as I didn't like Sarri, I didn't have anything against Sarri, but I wanted him to win all his games. I didn't will him to lose any games, because I'm a Chelsea supporter and I want Chelsea to win. So got that out of the way. So sort of dissecting the match. I thought we started off brightly. Villa are in form. They hadn't conceded a goal in 4 matches, so they came in really good, strong defensively. John Terry, one of their coaches, have got them. And they're really strong defensively. Good goalkeeper, decent defence, but they were without Tyrone Mings for this match. So so that gave us a bit of hope, but obviously we weren't in a good form. I predicted 1-1 at the beginning, and because I knew that confidence was fragile, I knew that if they scored, then it's going to be hard for us to go up a gear and try and get that winner. But first of all, going to our team, a few surprises in there. I expected Silva to be rested, but I didn't expect to see Christensen in for Zuma. Zuma wasn't even on the bench. He was rested. He's played a lot of games this season, so he was out of the side. Ben Chilwell was back, but no, not back. He played. I wasn't sure whether he was going to be fit, but he looked good. He played, and he was decent yesterday. He was one of the better performers. Aspilicueta came in for Reece James, which I expected as well. I didn't think I'd see Jorginho in midfield. I thought Billy Gilmore, but apparently Jorginho was in there because he's vocal. Chelsea don't have a lot of personality. They don't have a lot of people who talk on the pitch, and Jorginho's one of those guys who's quite vocal on the pitch. But I don't think he was great yesterday, and Jack Grealish was just running past him with ease. There was one time where it looked like he was jogging and Jack Grealish was running. It was just so embarrassing to see, and I keep saying it's not his fault. He's not fast, but he doesn't give us that assurity in midfield, that it doesn't give us that defensive stability because of his lack of pace, and people just, if we've got good runners who can run past him, he's not great at recovering like a Kante or somebody else. But the front three, I was happy. Obviously, we knew Callum Hudson-Odoi was going to play. Frank Lampard was true to his word. It was good that he gave, whether some people say call it dropped, or some people say rested Werner, and so Giroud. We're going to be getting a lot of crosses in, so it made sense Giroud playing yesterday. So yeah, we did create. We started, but we. As much as we were playing a good, decent play, but it was one of them games where it wasn't, we weren't really testing their goalkeeper a great deal in the first half. And apart from when the goal came, great move for the goal. It was a nice interchange of play between Giroud. Giroud kind of started and finished the move. Pulisic was involved as well. Nice weighted pass from Pulisic to Ben Chilwell. And Ben Chilwell, who was working effectively down that left-hand side all game, got in a good cross. And the movement from Giroud is what I like to see Tammy do in the future. Great movement to get to the front post in front of his marker, and fantastic header that the goalkeeper couldn't do anything about. Because we had Azpilicueta on the right-hand side, most of our attacks were funneled down the left. It makes sense because Chilwell is a better crosser of the ball. So yeah, we did, as I said, we had a couple of other chances. Pulisic, for me, is not 100% fit. You can see he's doing some good things, but he's not, there's sometimes he's just a bit off with his shooting. A fitter Pulisic yesterday would have scored that chance that he had, which went whistle past the post, and even that one where he knocked it under, he was kind of under the goal, but he just didn't get a good enough connection and it went over the bar. Again, I think a Pulisic of last season would have scored that one. But, he's showing glimpses of coming back to fitness. Once he has a few more games under his belt, I think that he's going to come back really good. Hudson-Odoi, I thought he was good. Green Turf, who me and him got a good relationship, but he said he didn't think Hudson-Odoi was good, but I thought he was excellent in the first half. He wasn't beating his player, and Frank Lampard actually said similar to what I said when I was tweeting and watching. One-on-one, he wasn't taking on his man as often. That's probably why a lot of people didn't really think he was good, because he wasn't taking his man on. But his passing, his crossfield passing, is between the line passing, and his movement and getting into the middle sometimes. I thought it was really, really good to see. I think he wasn't trying to do extravagant things. He was trying to do more, of the safer things. But because that's when you find yourself in and out of the side a lot, sometimes you don't want to try things, because in case it doesn't work out, you end up costing your side, losing possession easily and costing your side a goal. He's probably thinking, if I do that, then I'm not going to be playing for a few more games, so let me just keep it a little bit safer. But his defensive work, his off-the-ball work was good as well. He was tracking back, winning, but he showed a lot of desire, and that's what Frank Lampard has been critical of him in the past. So we saw a lot more of his off-the-ball work, which was good to see. So I just think, hopefully a run of games, if Ziyech isn't playing, then I feel that he can get better and better. But second half, I thought, we did okay, but I got to talk about Christensen. That man is just so weak mentally. I think he's good on the. I always said this about him. He's good on the ball. He was doing some nice passing. He's great, comfortable in possession for a central defender. But my central defender needs to defend first. That's his job. He defends first. So I don't know if it's a cross between someone who's pretty and nice on the ball or someone who can just out and out defend. I'm going to be going for the guy who can out and out defend every time. That's why I love Zuma in front of him. Zuma's not as good as him on the ball, but Zuma can defend. This guy, weak. He just, it may have been a foul. At the time I tweeted it was a foul, but I could see, looking at the replay, I can see why the referee didn't give it. It was like a 50-50. Jack Grealish was a bit late, but it wasn't a clear and obvious foul. It was one of them ones where, as I said, it was more for coming together. But this guy just stayed on the ground, wanting the referee to blow the whistle. when he saw the referee wasn't doing it, you get up, you get up, when your referee hasn't blown it after 1 second or 2 seconds, he's not going to blow for you and call the play back. You get up, you get back into your position. John Terry, because like somebody, I think John Terry tweeted something about a great result, and someone said about lack of sportsmanship for not kicking the ball out. And John Terry's reply was, he should have got up. He should have got up. The guy got up a minute after the goal and he was running around as normal, so he wasn't that injured. If he was hobbling for about 3 or 4 minutes afterwards, we could say, yeah, maybe he did have a knock and he's run it off. No, he just showed weak mentality there. I don't want that. We criticised Thomas Partey for doing that when Arsenal played against Tottenham. It was a similar sort of thing with Christensen, and that's the thing I've always labelled against Christensen, in that he's not got strong enough. He's not got a strong enough mentality, strong enough physicality, and if he goes, I won't shed a tear. And we can get a bit of money for him if he plays in the league, which isn't as physical. I'm sure we can get about 30 million for him. So that's going to give us funds to get a more robust centre back. And what I don't like, I know it's a confidence thing. That's why I said 1-1. Where our reaction wasn't great after going behind, and it never is a lot of the times, because I thought there was only going to be one winner after and then Villa were in the ascendancy, and I like to see people like what's the guy's name? His name escapes me. The Scottish guy who hit the bar. The guy I'm talking about. Put it in the comments box. It may come back to me. But McGinn, I found it. Yeah, McGinn. Yeah, he was just showing a lot of tenacity, bulldozing through our midfield, and he was unlucky with a shot that hit the crossbar. Fantastic shot, hit the crossbar. But we deserve that bit of luck, because in the game against Everton, we hit the woodwork a couple of times. Against Arsenal, we hit the woodwork. So a lot of people saying, we could have lost that game, but we could have won the games previously because we had the woodwork. So we deserve that bit of luck going for us. Going back to their goal, actually, sorry, I forgot about the goal scored. Some people were blaming Mendy for that as well. Come on now. I know Mendy's been going through a little bad back, but do you expect him, the ball's gone through his legs 2 yards out. Do you expect him to be able to do anything with that? Close the legs in time. Come on now. Stop trying to look for scapegoats. Mendy couldn't do anything about that. Yeah, so going back now to the other chances, yeah, so most of the good play in the second half came really from Aston Villa, but in the last few minutes Chelsea came back a bit, and we started to have a few. Kante had a shot, it was easily saved by Martinez. Great move which led to a Hudson-Odoi shot as well, and that was saved pretty easily as well. But if that volley had gone in at the end from Ben Chilwell, oh my word, that was so cleanly connected, and oh man, that deserved a goal. Great ball, great crossfield ball, a fantastic volley, and just whistle past the far post. And that's why football's about margins. Had we gone in and he scored and we won 2-1, it would be rosy in the garden. But because we didn't, and it was a 1-1 draw, people are there moaning about Frank, etc., etc. I've always been consistent with what I've been saying about Frank Lampard. He's not getting a free pass from me. But I'm not going to have a knee-jerk reaction based on a few bad results. We went 10-15 games without losing, and I was happy with what he was doing then, because we've hit a bad patch. They've all hit bad patches. Sarri had a bad patch in his last 26 games for Chelsea. He won half of those. He only won 13 of the 26 games that he played. So there are going to be rough patches along the way. It depends how we deal with them. If we carry on another 4 or 5 games, and we're not out of the rut, and we're going lower down the table, and we can see that Frank can't find a way out of it, then maybe we have that conversation. But until then, let's see what happens. Let's see whether this is a blip or whether this is a long-term crisis. I'm not a tabloidy, so I'm not getting into this panic mode. I'm just playing the waiting game and see what happens. Right, over to you guys. Put your comments in the comments box. I'll be happy to hear from you and what you thought about the performance. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications that you're notified every time I make a new video. If you want a good watch, go over to the live that I did after yesterday's match. We were having a good debate with someone, Harry, I can't remember this guy's name. He's a big Lampard out, so we were having a debate about whether Lampard in and Lampard out. So if you want a discussion about that, go to that. Thanks Baggy TV as well for your contributions, as well as Bobby as always, Tyrone, Nav, my resident panelist there. But it was a good debate. Green Turf unfortunately tried to get on, but he was having some technical issues. But hopefully he can get that sorted out and he can join one of the lives in another show. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.